Voters across Missouri made their way to the polls yesterday, but how does it turn out this year compared to that of the 2016 election? In Callaway County, 73% of absentee voting also rose across mid-Missouri. In Boone County, about 28,000 people voted absentee in person or by mail, compared to about 6,000 in 2016. In Cole County, 10,000 people voted absentee, compared to just about 4,000 in 2016. From the newsroom, Kyle Jones, KOMU 8 News. On November 11, 1918, bells tolled, signaling the end of the First World War. Months later, the world would be ravaged by an influenza pandemic. Today, in the midst of a new pandemic, the bells tolled again to honor America's fallen soldiers. This time, though, it was done virtually.
We do want the general public to know that freedom is not free.
But even in a year of isolation and social distance, Missouri was able to come together to honor its veterans. At the Capitol, community leaders broke ground on a new monument honoring Gold Star families.
We're blessed to be able to have a spot like this for Gold Stars from around the state to come, and others to come and remember that people have sacrificed their life for us.
I would hope that this kind of remembrance would take the younger generations, people that come through, and understand what the price of freedom is, and it has to be paid from time to time.
The 11th day of the 11th month may be lacking the pomp and circumstance this year, but mid-Missouri was still able to honor those for whom the bell tolls. Kyle Jones, KOMU 8 News. It's often said, let your play do the talking. Well, Rockbridge has been pretty vocal this year. The Bruins aren't the only ones you'll hear, though. Just a few feet behind home plate sits a group who will stick by this team through thick and thin. Their parents.
Anybody in 1 through 9 can come through in a clutch hit.
I knew these kids could hit, but the one thing that's really impressed me is the defense.
Her dad and I are her biggest fans.
The Bruins are one win away from an undefeated season and a state championship. In a season full of pandemic uncertainties, their parents have been behind them the whole way.
Parents have stepped up. They've done a great job of just trying to manage all the off-field logistics as much as we can so that the players and the coaches can focus on what they need to do.
Rockbridge has never won a state championship. In 2019, the team came in 3rd place.
Chances like this, they don't come around very often. And to go undefeated would be, that'd be super cool.
From Columbia, Kyle Jones, KOMU 8 News. What makes a champion? For Booneville resident Gina Losing, it means being more than just a team.
The Chiefs mean everything to me. They're a big part of my whole life.
Losing has been a Chiefs season ticket holder for 11 years and a fan for even longer, even when it drives her crazy.
Always with the Chiefs, there's an element of you have that heart attack for a while, and then they turn it on and they're gone.
Because of COVID-19 restrictions, Losing hasn't made it out to Arrowhead Stadium as much as she would have liked, electing to watch games at home with friends and family.
Fortunately, we got to see the first 2, but you have to buy 4 tickets, so it was cost prohibitive to kind of see more than that.
Now, the scene inside of Arrowhead Stadium has looked a little bit different this year because of COVID-19 restrictions, but that hasn't stopped Chiefs fans from getting loud for their favorite team.
We'd have, all the tailgate food and just make a big deal out of it, like, don't call me, I'm with my Chiefs.
The season has been a special one for Chiefs fans, but when quarterback Patrick Mahomes went down injured against the Browns, time stopped for fans in the red and gold.
To watch him take that run, take that risk, and come up and then just stagger and fall back down to his knees, you think the worst.
Mahomes will be cleared to play in the AFC Championship game and captain the Chiefs to their 2nd straight Super Bowl appearance.
This is bigger than Patrick Mahomes. This is this team. This team just finds a way. It's this team.
While winning a championship is one thing, Losing says that the team serves an even bigger purpose.
I think the Chiefs provide this common ground, this thing to believe in, no matter where you come from, no matter where you are in life, it's bigger than you.
Kyle Jones, KOMU 8 Sports, Booneville. Valtine over to Zubia, brings up Peter Zimmerman, the designated hitter, who with 2 outs hits 143.
Guys on third base, right-handed hitter at the plate, fast runner on third base. That one's in there for a strike. This is a situation you might see one of those little gimmick plays that comes up.
A squeeze play bunt, something like that. Heck, I mean, Holt's taking a monster lead. This one grounded through the gap, and the Tigers are going to get another run. Zimmerman trots to first. Holt trots on home, and it's 2-0 Missouri. We're about to see the start of the third quarter. Sarah Fuller in the huddle here on the sideline. Let's see if they trot her out for the kick. Yes, they are! They're doing it! Ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, people of all ages, history at Faurot Field. Right in front of our eyes. Sarah Fuller lining up to take the kickoff to start the second half. She becomes the first woman in history to play in a Power 5 football game. She becomes the third woman in history to play in a Division I college football game. She wears the number 32, standing 6'3", from Wiley, Texas. The SEC soccer champion boots it, little squibber, and it gets all the way about to the 35-yard line. It has to be fallen on. In all honesty, that was a good little squib pooch kick there.
Oh, yeah, that looked like it threw Mizzou for a loop right there.
It did, for sure. And she gets a standing ovation from the Faurot Field crowd. What a moment. What a moment in the history of football and the history of sport for Sarah Fuller. So 2 outs and runners on the corners. Still scoreless, though, and up comes the designated hitter, Jeffrey Castillo.
The good thing about the rain is that these coaches came today with 14 innings worth of pitchers ready, and they only need to come up with 9 now, so they can get creative down there in the bullpen.
First pitch called a ball. Bit slow, but not in the zone. Castillo goes to John Wood Community College, one of a pair of John Wood Blazers on this Generals team. Hails from Reading, Pennsylvania, but has a little bit of Spanish background, as strike one is called. Went to Preparo Dominica Republic, which is a Spanish language school in Reading.
An imposing figure in that right-handed batter's box. Hunches over. Another pickoff throw not in time. We saw yesterday, or 2 days ago, a lot of pickoff throws for Manny Martinez that were getting spiked over there to Hop. Robbins has one of the better pickoff moves on this team, as he already picked off a runner from first and is trying to do the same thing again.
Off-speed pitch called a strike. Castillo not able to get a read on that one, and good movement as well on that ball to keep it in the zone and fool the batter. So 1-2 your count. Castillo's last game was against Clarinda. He went 2 for 6 with a double, 5 RBIs, and he's going to strike out here to end the inning. So not as simple as the Renegades would have liked it, but they get out with 2 hits and no runs, and so we head to the bottom of the first. You're watching Renegades Baseball on UClickTV.com in the Hy-Vee Arena broadcast booth.